All right, so in this video, we have another character from the Howard Stern show, Yucko the Clown, who people probably mostly know from these street interviews he used to do back in the early to mid 2000s, where he'd run around yelling and viciously roasting people. I mean, he did not hold back. He was always trying to say the most offensive stuff possible. And that's why he started wearing the clown outfit, because he figured it'd be easier to get away with this stuff if you're dressed like a clown. And it's funny, when he doesn't have the outfit on, when he's just himself, he's a completely different person. Like, he's actually really quiet and sensitive and timid, and people say he's actually a nice guy. But once he puts on that outfit, he just turns into a maniac.
Christina!
Yeah.
You're a babe.
Thank you.
You know that pig who gets lost in the city and can't find its way back to the farm? What's your name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl!
Cheryl Crow.
No, it's not.
I know.
You look like a crow with that beak on your face. You are one greasy bastard, aren't you?
What?
Hey, little boy, how you doing?
Little boy.
You want some candy?
No, I'm cool on that.
Big hooters, that's why,
Oh,
huh?
they're pretty big. Not
Yeah?
that big, though.
So's your gut.
I'm looking forward to the Titans game.
I like those cross eyes. You can see the 50-yard line and the end zone at the same time. Hey, I bet you'd be crushed if you got divorced. And I bet you're crushed every time she fucks you. Hey, what are you, Destiny's retarded child? If I banged you, I'd have to double bag it.
I think so.
And save a bag for your face.
So this guy's real name is Roger Black, and he came up with the Yucko character in the late 90s and got Howard Stern's attention and made it on the show in 2001. And at the time, he was a drunk who was on the verge of being homeless. And he never really had that much success in his career, monetarily at least, until he ditched the whole clown persona. Like, he'd have clips that would go viral, and they still go viral. But he never made much money until he gave up the clown act and got divorced from this really toxic girl he was with and stopped going on the Stern show as much. Then he went on to write the shows Brickleberry and Paradise PD. So he was probably one of the only people from the Stern show that managed to have more success once they left the show. You know, usually when people leave, their career goes nowhere. But he actually managed to figure things out, and he ended up having a pretty good career for himself once he left, which is pretty surprising and impressive, because for a while it looked like things were going nowhere, and he was struggling to find any work, and his whole life was falling apart. I mean, this guy was down bad at one point. Like, shit really hit the fan in 2006, right when it seemed like things maybe were getting somewhere. Like, he had a show on MTV2, and he had a surprisingly decent-looking girlfriend who Yucko described as a poor man's Jennifer Aniston. But that all came crashing down when his show got canceled after one season. And then his parents' house burned down, and he ended up getting married to his girlfriend, which lasted like 2 months, and it ended up being a complete disaster, which everyone saw coming because she was clearly using him. Like, she wanted a career in the entertainment industry, and I guess she thought the best way to break into it would be by dating a clown. I mean, it can't get more pathetic than that. But of course, Yucko was in complete denial about it because he was just really in love with her and probably thought he'd never do better. So the first episode she was on, obviously everybody was really surprised that she would date Yucko. But then as the episode went on, it became more clear that she was probably using him, and she was hitting on a bunch of comedians, and all of Yucko's comedian friends referred to her as Yucko the Clown.
Yucko, I'm shocked to see a very beautiful young lady sitting next to you. You got yourself a girlfriend.
Well, she's like a poor man's Jennifer Aniston. Look at her.
You like her. You like her.
Yeah, she's all right.
What is your name? I don't even know.
Nicole.
Nicole? When did you meet Yucko the Clown for real?
New Year's Eve last year.
Right. You only, had you seen, did you, I understood you worked in a comedy club. Were you a waitress there?
No, I was cocktail waitressing.
Cocktail waitressing.
Yeah.
So you only saw him in the clown makeup, and I guess, did you fall in love with him in his clown makeup?
Yeah. Did you fall in love with the clown?
No, I didn't even talk to him.
You seem very scared of him, actually.
He smells.
He does, right?
Yeah, he does.
Why does he smell so bad? I mean, you're with a girl now, Yucko.
Yeah, whatever. I just picked her up. I said, hey, you're a cocktail waitress. I'd like to put my cock in that tail. And she melted her fucking heart.
He was charming.
It's so sweet.
Now, people are calling you Yucko the Clown.
I heard that. I just heard that.
Did you know that?
No.
I know all the comics behind your back are calling you Yucko.
Really?
Well, you travel with Yucko. You critique his act. Is it true that you critique his act afterwards?
I'm not sure what they mean by critique. I go out in the audience and I listen to how
how the reaction
audience
is.
reacts to him.
And are you acting as his manager type? Do you go no. Do you ever?
Do you restrict where he can perform?
No, I heard that. Something about
You
the
don't
strip
allow
club.
him to go to a strip club at all, Yucko?
No, that's not true.
No?
No, we went to Scores in Vegas.
I love to go to the strip club with him.
And Yucko would always act like she's nothing special, but he was madly in love with her. Like, there's so many red flags, and he just ignored them all. I mean, it was tough to watch. Like, during this episode, she talked about how all these other comedians who Yucko's friends with, like Craig Gass and Bob Levy, kept hitting on her and creeping her out. But Craig had a different story, and he was listening to the show, so he called in, and he claimed that she was hitting on him and even sent him nudes. And Nicole's response to this claim was, "Which naked pictures did I send you? I don't remember." But of course, instead of Yucko realizing that he probably shouldn't take this girl very seriously, and Craig is kind of just trying to help him come to his senses here, he got defensive, and he kept making jokes about it and acting like it's not that big of a deal, and Craig is out of line for mentioning this. But I don't think Craig would have mentioned this if she didn't mention that he was hitting on her. You know, she brought it up.
Craig Gass tried to have sex with you.
A couple times, yeah.
And Bob Levy, too?
Yeah, Bob was pretty desperate in his attempt.
How did these guys approach? And Craig Gass, I mean, what a good-looking man that is. I mean,
Says who?
Frankenstein-headed freak.
you didn't want him? Did he come on very strong?
Well, he just keeps talking about all the stuff that he's done, and you know, like the Sex in the City, and it just
you know, Sex in the City was like, I heard him on Bubba's show bragging about Sex in the City.
Oh, yeah?
It's 10 years since he did Sex in the City.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem admitting if I made an attempt to hook up with someone and I fell flat on my face, but Yucko's girlfriend, the running joke for the last year or two is that there's a girl dating Yucko that has tried to several of us, and now Yucko's in love with her.
Oh.
Not only did she try to hit on me, I have naked pictures that she sent me on my cell phone that I'll show you. I still have them on my cell phone.
Yeah, I heard him.
What do you want to respond? Go ahead and respond.
Well, one, which naked pictures did I send you?
You sent me a couple naked pictures of yourself bent
pictures?
over in front of a mirror.
I don't remember doing that. I mean, do you still have pictures that you can show me that I sent?
Yeah, I got a couple of them on my phone, and then one that I took of your ass, and it's the one I took myself of your ass is dated on the day that you met Yucko.
Okay, that was at the comedy club when I had the mini skirt on and my panties that said "f*** off," and I lifted my panties or my skirt up. Everybody took a picture. It was.
The funny thing is, you kept sitting on my lap and saying, "Can I be your date tonight? Can I be your date?" And I would
Yes,
never.
you're full of it, dude. Come on now.
Yucko, I swear to you, Yucko, nobody.
The only people you fuck is people out of money, you fucking jerk off.
Yucko, nobody has told you this, but dude, this girl, I'm telling you, has hit on several of us, and none of us have ever hooked up with her, but we all thought that we had a chance.
Yeah, you had a chance, you fucking idiot. No way.
We had it, dude. That night, she's flirting with me. She's sitting on my lap. Can I be your date tonight?
Nicole, is Craig seeing this the wrong way? In other words, you were friendly to him, but
I was friendly to him in like I hang out with all the guys. I'm always like, hey, what's up? Let's have some fun, but never like, hey, I want to hook up with you.
You
You're
didn't-
doing your little.
the one thing I don't understand is, did you send them naked pictures of yourself?
I don't know.
You better not have.
You sent me a picture of yourself bending over in a mirror.
With the
from your
vagina?
home.
With
What?
full vagina?
No, she was in a thong, but she's bent over. She sent me an ass shot.
Do you have the fucking picture, Gas? I want to see that shit.
No, I think.
Because I'll
I
beat
did.
both your asses.
No, I think I did. I did
Oh,
do that.
okay.
That was
You did do that?
Yeah, that was like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
because we were all saying when he said you sent me naked pictures, right? She's like, I don't remember. We're thinking if it's our girlfriend, the only answer is no fucking way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't full nude naked picture
Right.
or anything like that.
It
And
was
that-
just your ass in a
Right, it was
thong.
just my ass in a thong. Right.
It was you bending over.
What was
Okay.
it? Why did you send that to him?
I don't know. I was drunk. I don't even know. That was like over two and a half years ago.
So that was a huge red flag, but Yucko, he was able to look past it. But another concern that Yucko would get really defensive about was it seemed like she was trying to manage his career. Whenever someone brought this up, Yucko would get so pissed about it. Like after this, he went back on and Artie asked him if she was managing his career, and he flipped out. Because also apparently she's trying to help Artie book a comedy gig, which is just really weird. And at this point, I think a lot of comedians were making fun of Yucko for his girlfriend and his career struggles. Like, he seemed really frustrated about it all.
Look
Is
at
your
me.
girlfriend managing your career?
No, she's not.
Well, how
What the-
come she was
Where'd you get
booking
that shit?
She was booking gigs with
Oh,
me.
bullshit, Artie.
You're
She was
sitting there
not.
comatose, and she's like, "Okay, we got a theater in Atlanta, and
She didn't have any fucking contracts or anything like
I
that.
need
She was
to get-
booking comedy shows long before she even met my fucking ass, all right? Just let it go, you fat over there.
Why does that bother you?
Because I'm sick of hearing that shit out of him. Come on.
She was booking Ask Levy
Oh,
right in
come
front
on.
of me. And
she asked
Why
at a
does it
place.
bother you that Artie thinks your girlfriend is your manager?
Because it's bullshit.
Is
Come
she
on.
your manager or not?
Hell no.
Does she help
Is
you
she
book
helping?
gigs?
No.
Why does that bother you, though? Is it bad for a girlfriend to help you book gigs?
I got a fucking manager.
All right.
She books comedy shows out west and shit a long time ago.
Yucko.
That's a nerve with him.
Are you sick and tired of these other comedians making fun of your career because you got to wear clown makeup?
Yeah, big fucking deal, you know? I'm doing fine at it.
I
They
know.
gotta get dressed too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he had to put on pants and a
Artie's
shirt.
got to put on his fucking cargo pants and stroll out there. Fire! Yeah!
I have one pair of pants that fits me now. Looking at your career, I think your manager's fucking you as well.
No. Oh, yeah, he sits on his ass out in Santa Monica. I never hear from the fucker.
That's what I mean. So it looks like your girlfriend is taking
Oh,
the bull by the
you.
horn.
No way.
Well, Yucko, hey, how do you feel about a friend of all of ours, Jim Florentine, now in a power couple with Robin?
I know, yeah. Robin and Jim, yeah. If he makes any more Africans, we're going to change his name to Jungle Jim.
Yeah, and around this time, Robin started dating one of Yucko's comedy friends, Jim Florentine, which I think Yucko was kind of jealous about. And it's funny because he accuses Jim of using Robin, which just seems like projection. And also, just to make things worse for Yucko, around this time, Howard was trying to clean his show up a little bit, and he didn't like the racist humor as much. Like right after this, Yucko calls Robin the N-word, and Howard threatens to ban him from the show. And it's funny because Robin doesn't really care that much. She's like, well, he's a racist clown. What did you expect? Like, this is the reason you had him on the show to begin with. And the Stern Show is a big influence on Yucko. Like, apparently growing up, he was really straight-laced, and he's a good church boy. He'd go every Sunday. But then he got into the Stern Show, and he became a drunk, racist clown.
Good joke.
He asked me if I wanted to wife swap. I said it'd be like slave trade. I'm just jealous of you.
It
Look
was
at
a
her.
good joke
Look
when
at
Slappy
her.
White told it in the 60s.
Yeah, shut up.
You always had a thing for Robin, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
What I got to do to get some of that? I got to paint my dick like a cucumber? I got free time, as Artie knows.
Do you feel you're a better man than Jim, that you should have made a move on Robin
I
when you had
should
the
have.
chance?
Ah, man, she used to look... I don't know. I liked her before she lost all the weight, though.
You liked her heavier?
Yeah, I did. I like a full figure, nigga. You know what I'm saying, Robin? Come on there. Hello there.
What the hell?
What?
You're so fucking racist,
Yeah,
man.
so what?
With the
Come on.
N-word.
Billed him as a
Oh,
racist
come on.
clown.
I'm so sick of hearing I'm racist. You know what?
You're not a racist?
No, we're all human fucking beings, all right? We eat, sleep, shit. I don't know. Somebody's using somebody. Didn't see that one coming. What the fuck ever. Yeah. Let me see my fucking puppet shows off the air. How can I get my name out there? Oh, yeah, I'll fucking get from the Stern Show.
Wait a second.
Hello. Hey, whatever.
What is
How
with
did he
the-
get it out
Listen,
there?
I don't want the N-word anymore like that.
You
That's
don't want
terrible.
it?
No. I don't like it.
What do you like, porch monkey, spirit chucker?
No, I don't like
Jungle
it.
bunny?
It's
What do you
He's a
like?
upsetting me.
racist. What do you want to say? He's racist.
I just don't
Put in
like
a
it.
racist clown.
What do you like?
Upsetting me.
Introduce him as funny
you
next
gotta
time.
think about that the next time.
Maybe I'm not having him anymore.
Oh, no!
What else you got?
That's
Did
a
you
heck of a
find
story.
out,
Well, that's shocking.
You were
beyond
on a
belief.
roll there, Robin, as everyone was having a good time, and then you just blew everyone out.
Oh, no! That's the rest of my fucking career.
Yucko, a lot of fans secretly think that's funny. Don't worry about it.
No, they don't. All right, go ahead.
All the ones
Can
that
I
I know.
ask just
So then after this, Yucko proposed to Nicole, and she reluctantly said yes. She did not want to marry him, probably because he was broke. Like, he was really struggling to get work, and Artie, he used to take him on the road, but he stopped because the shows, I think, were just too chaotic for him. Like, Yucko, he'd bring props and his costume and makeup and everything, and it sounded like it was just more of a circus than a comedy show. And Bob Levy would go on the road with them too, and he does this disgusting blue cheese bit, which Artie talks about here. And then also, Artie didn't like that they said the N-word a lot in their acts, not because it was offensive, but because Artie wanted to say it at the end of the show, and he felt like it'd lose its shock value if they said it too much.
Well, you got to get the N-word material in.
I don't say the N-word anymore.
Really?
remember?
Well, I guess you changed, dude, because at Zany's, it sounded like a Klan meeting.
Oh, yeah. What about you in San Francisco? You had a little powwow with us, Madonna. You're like, oh, let's all get in a circle. And you're like, all right, nobody say Sal, Yucko, don't say
Hey, that's right.
I want to say it.
Yeah,
I
well,
want to say it.
No, because I say
it'll
it.
lose its shock value if you say it before me. So
No.
don't say
You're
Look,
saying
I wanna say it.
Artie got together in a prayer circle and said,
not a prayer circle. Yeah, in a lot of prayer circles, they say don't say no.
It was a big
That's your
huddle.
kind of prayers.
No.
You mean you thought Artie was going to inspire you and say, come on, let's go out and do a good show? And then he said, listen, you, don't use the N-word.
Listen, following Bob, I had to have one conversation with Bob Levy. Before I went on stage, he was calling a woman out of the audience and eating blue cheese or whatever the he's eating out of her ass. Howard, then I had to do an hour. It was like following sexual assault. It was like following a... I had to go out there. People are leaving. Women are crying. I'm like, oh, guys, everything's fine, Bob. It's a joke. She was willing to. So I said, Bob, you know what? Don't do the blue cheese thing anymore. Do anything else you want to go. And then he goes, but it kills. I'm like, yeah, it's killing me. All right. And then.
So Yucko was frustrated that Artie didn't want to take him on the road anymore because he really needed the work, especially with the wedding coming up. But Artie was sick of dealing with him and Bob's shenanigans, and he obviously didn't need them at all. Like, he was just doing them a favor by bringing him on the road. So Yucko felt like Artie was getting too arrogant, and they would go at it every time he was back on the show.
Well, the last time we worked together, I think it was actually at Zany's in Illinois, and I had to follow Levy eating out the and Yucko's act. So while I was on stage, I think I slipped on the blue cheese dressing and hit my head on one of Yucko's black.
Oh,
Artie,
it gets crowded on stage.
Do you look down on like Yucko's act? There's a lot of props. There's comedy. There's a clown outfit, and you don't like when Levy eats out on stage.
He doesn't want to follow that.
Did it come a time where you just kind of said, you know what, I don't need to be on stage with these guys?
Yes.
I think Artie is arrogant now with all of his success.
Yeah, he's got a fucking chip on his shoulder. I guess the rest of the bag of chips is in his fucking gut.
Scared about Artie's weight? Seriously, a lot of us are concerned.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could even have diabetes.
It could explode, man.
I have a friend, it's even worse. I have a 32-year-old friend who wears clown makeup every day.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Are you worried about him?
No, when Artie was talking about Zany's, we did a show out there, and Artie stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning, and the only thing that was open that time of morning was a fucking cookie shop. It's a true story. He fucking went and he got a big, huge fucking blue cookie, one of those birthday fucking cookies.
A sugar cookie.
A sugar cookie.
It's next to, Zany's out there is next to a sugar cookie store that's open early.
Oh, my God.
And I went and got a bouquet of sugar cookies. And I ate them.
A bouquet.
I did.
I like that. Well, good for you. So you witnessed
blue
that.
Cookie.
Yeah.
And then they discussed Yucko proposing to Nicole, which obviously sounded very romantic.
Are you getting tired of the road? Would you like something? It looked like MTV.
Are you about to get married? Is that happening?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Next fucking year.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You proposed?
Yeah, I went to the fucking Grand Canyon. She lived out there in Arizona. Fucking shit. I said, don't let your pussy get as big as this fucking hole in the ground.
Did you blow your horn in the Grand?
Yeah.
You took her
Want to marry me?
You took her to the Grand Canyon and you yelled at her about her pussy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very romantic. I'm old school, you know.
She's a good-looking girl. She's here, right?
Yeah.
Artie, you got to be a little jealous of this one.
Look at this, Artie.
It's killing me.
It's killing you. Really? I mean, seriously. What a charming girl.
Artie, he's found love.
I know.
Yucko, is this your greatest accomplishment?
Yeah, right under MTV.
Is this the hottest chick you ever f***ed?
Yeah, fucking look at it.
Right.
Holy shit.
You're being too kind.
Yeah.
So this is a real score for you. That's when you knew you'd marry her. You said, hey, this is the hottest one I'm ever going to get.
I got to be serious about this one.
But to ask a girl to make a promise like I won't let my vagina get as big as the Grand Canyon, that's hard. You know, I mean, like,
Well,
you know,
I don't want it to get that big.
I know you don't, honey, but sometimes stuff happens.
And how can you control the size of your vagina if it gets
By
big?
not having children? Or?
You're not going to have
kids?
Yucko's kids. Good.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You're not either.
Well, I got a feeling the government made them sign a piece of paper.
And Yucko got way too desperate and clingy, which completely turned Nicole off. And she never wanted to get married to him, but he kept pressuring her, and eventually she agreed. And then their wedding day was a complete disaster. Nicole was nervous, so she pounded a bottle of tequila and then threw up everywhere. And then they went on the Stern Show like a month later to talk about their marriage, and they both just seemed so miserable. And Howard kept telling them they need to get divorced, which she agreed with, but Yucko was trying to act like this is just what marriage is like, because he was way too attached to her and he didn't want to lose her.
Brought the wife, the newlyweds, whatever.
Now, Yucko, the rumor is that there's a little trouble in paradise.
What paradise?
Yeah.
So there's just trouble.
Yeah, there's no paradise. There's never been paradise with us.
Yeah. We'll make it, I guess. Maybe not. Who cares? I'm just doing what I gotta do, you know.
All right, man. Well, good luck in there, guys.
Yeah, whatever. Thank you.
I see Yucko the Clown stop by. Boy, she just got married. It sounds like a nightmare. I give this marriage absolutely zero chance of lasting.
And that it lasted this long is a miracle.
It's a miracle. How are you, Nicole?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, how horrible is marriage on a
That's
scale of 1?
shitty.
Yeah.
Really?
She hates it.
Why did you do this?
Well, Yucko.
I drank a bottle of Patron and went down the aisle and did it.
Well, if you remember, Yucko even said, you had to spend, you were ready to back out of it, right, Nicole?
Well, I was ready to put it on hold.
Right. And you said to Yucko, I'm not ready to get married, but he kept, kind of badgering you into it, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
You kept really feel bad for Yucko in the sense that I feel like he's kind of, clinging to you and desperate for you. And I know that feeling. I mean, it's terrible.
It's just like you and Beth, right?
No,
You cling
it's
to her?
not, though.
You cling to her.
No, I'm telling you. Look.
You're not
I'm going to give you the facts. I'm going to give you what I heard. Nicole was so hesitant and nervous that she drank a bottle of Patron, as she just said, before the ceremony, and you spent most of the reception puking, right?
Yes.
Not most of, no.
But a large portion of the reception puking.
No,
The
towards the end
first
of the
part
night.
of it. Yeah.
I don't remember too much, but yeah, I was throwing up. But
And Reverend Bob Levy was there, a comedian, and he tried to comfort you, and then he saw you vomiting, and then he vomited at the wedding. So everyone was vomiting.
Vomiting at this wedding.
If that isn't depressing enough.
Sounds like a typical Georgia wedding.
Yeah. And then, worst tragedy happened. Yucko's father, I guess, has emphysema.
Yeah, COPD, like fucking Scott.
Right, and he collapsed on the dance floor at the wedding.
He ran out of oxygen, yeah.
Right, and Nicole's mother performed CPR on him.
Yeah.
and she was drunk too.
Typical reception shit, you know.
Okay.
It's like the Allman Brothers when they got married in Georgia.
Yucko and Nicole, tell me if this is true, did not have sex their wedding night.
No, we know that.
Is that true? Well, what do you mean you know that?
We all interviewed them.
She was puking all night,
Okay.
like dry heaving.
So why
No,
should
no,
that be
no.
different than any other broad you've been with?
Okay. You didn't have sex until a week after your wedding. So when you got down on your honeymoon, she claimed she was on the rag.
No, I really was.
No, she really was.
All right. So you didn't have
Thankfully.
sex. Thankfully.
We had to spend a couple extra days there. It cost me like $2 more grand.
Maui's expensive.
Yes, it is.
So the last time you had sex was on the honeymoon. The honeymoon was mid-May.
You haven't had sex since then?
No.
Nicole, I want a serious answer. What's going on?
He's gross.
Wait a minute. He was always gross.
Jesus.
I mean, is he not sexually exciting to you?
No, not too much anymore.
Really?
What happened?
And Yucko, you're laughing?
What?
Are you crying on the inside?
Oh, God, yeah.
Laugh, clown.
Wait,
Yucko, not the guy she
Yucko, wait a
married.
second. I don't understand this. You accept this as that's going to be the rest of your life?
It's marriage, you know? What are you going to do?
Dude, you're a newlywed.
Oh, my God.
You're a
Yucko.
newlywed.
What's the difference? We've been together for 3 years. We're practically married already. God damn it.
Nicole, what is going on here? Do you want to get out of the marriage? I mean, can you see yourself for the rest of your life with this man?
Look at me.
No.
And she completely emasculated him during this. She calls him a bitch and said he's like the girl in the relationship, which is rough, especially if you're supposed to be an edgy and controversial comedian who acts like he doesn't give a shit about anything. So after this, the Yucko character was basically dead. I mean, there's no coming back from this. You know, he had to be completely embarrassed, and it'd be tough for him to go around roasting everybody after he got exposed for being a huge simp.
She hates the marriage. She doesn't want to make love to you. She doesn't want to have sex with her husband. Okay, no harm, no foul. Let's get it over with. Let's free Nicole, and let you get on with your life, and let Nicole get on with her life. Nicole, have I said anything out of line here? Tell me, have I?
No.
What? Hebe. What? How about that one?
Yucko.
He goes right
I
to the
don't know.
anti-Semitic.
We'll take it day by fucking day. Whatever the happens. I can handle
But I
it.
think the days have been taken. We've taken it day by day.
I feel like the guy in the relationship, and he's like the chick in the relationship.
What the are you talking about?
Because you're like a bitch.
Yeah.
Right, he's
She
like a
wears
lovesick
the
bitch.
dick in the relationship.
he's
Like
like
he
a
should
lovesick
almost
bitch.
not want you so much.
Yeah, like
Right.
he's almost like.
I'm not.
I told him though, we got in a big fight about it because I was like, because you're acting so desperate.
Right.
That's what turns me off. Like,
right.
You know? I
If he
mean,
said, hey, you, get out of here.
then I'd be like, wow, he really wants to get rid of me. I love him again. You know?
Yeah, you kind of want the guy who's not.
about,
I'm not
right?
He's a
gonna
little too easy.
smother her.
You gonna smother her?
Yeah. He smothers me. You
Yeah.
smother me. You know you do. And that's why I want to move away, because I want to try to make it work.
I like when Yucko argues with you. He goes, nah, nah, nah.
It's like a child.
Yeah, so she really liked embarrassing him. I mean, she was just roasting him like crazy. It was brutal, and it just kept getting worse. Like, in the middle of this, she randomly brings up how she tried to help Artie book that gig, and she just destroys Yucko here, and he just sits there and takes it. I mean, you could tell she has no respect for him, and she probably figures his career is cooked, so she's using him to try to get involved in Artie's. And at this point, this is when Yucko went from Yucko the offensive clown to Yucko the sad clown. I mean, he was just ruined after this. You know, to get humiliated by your wife in front of the whole world like this is rough.
Can I clear something up with Artie and I real quick?
What? Yeah,
the
go ahead.
whole Vegas and me trying to hook you up with a show thing and me being his manager and all that stuff.
Right.
One, I don't want to manage a fucking clown.
Oh my God!
Yeah. If I was his manager, he wouldn't be wearing makeup and a dirty clown suit. Okay.
Does he have a manager?
So
Yes,
I don't
do.
know. Do you? Because
I don't know.
I don't know. But Artie's like, oh, I think she's the manager, and
Well,
then
then
she came up
maybe
to
you
me in Vegas. I didn't have a contract in Vegas. I asked you, would you be interested in doing a show in Atlanta?
And I said yes.
And I didn't say anything about Yucko being on a show with you. I was just talking about you coming to Atlanta. And
So you were
asking
separately booked, but okay.
But no, I was coming
She
up to
doesn't
you
want
to
you
ask
on with
you.
Yucko.
But wouldn't it be obvious
doesn't
that I
wanna
would
be on
assume
with
you
Yucko.
okay, then maybe I misinterpreted it. I'm sorry,
that's
but
fine.
All right, listen. This
why
is going...
wouldn't I assume that
All right,
you
guys,
wouldn't want me on the
listen
show
to
with
me.
Yucko?
Listen. This is silly. This is a sad day.
How much for that?
This is a
You
sad
get the
day.
door.
Get back to
I
that.
get the door.
This is a sad day. You'll be working for the door. It is very sad. Are you not sad? I mean, isn't everyone here sad?
I'm miserable.
I don't even know what to say.
I
don't
just
know.
think, and now you guys are younger, it's new. If you continue like this, it's going to get sad. Believe me, for both of you. You'll be very depressed, and I think you should get out of it.
And they did get divorced right after this. I think their marriage lasted like less than 2 months, and Yucko was obviously devastated by it, and he kept calling everyone from the show, and he would just break down crying, which he wanted them to keep private, but of course on this show nothing's private. So as soon as he came back on the show, they all brought this up, which he had to expect. And they probably figured since his whole shtick is roasting people, he should be able to handle people doing the same to him.
Gary, did he call you and say that he wanted to speak to me off the air personally to help him with his problems?
What?
Yeah, I didn't call him.
Yikes. How did you
What
all
was
of a
that,
sudden
Will?
become his advisor?
He called me and, you could tell he's either on the verge of tears or just like complete breakdowns. I've had both of them.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, I really want to talk to Howard off the air. Do you think you can make that happen?
That ain't going to happen.
I tell you, I've been talking
Have you
to
ever
him.
had a conversation with him off the air?
I never do. I don't even know you. I've
You
never
don't
seen
have a
Yucko.
relationship with him?
I've never seen Yucko without his clown makeup.
You wouldn't know him.
I mean, most guys who are close to Yucko know him without the clown makeup.
Well, on the phone, I asked him to put the clown makeup on, so we feel comfortable. But no, I've talked to him several times on the phone, just me and him. And well, I can't.
How do you get off
I
the phone?
promised I wouldn't give any details about it, but it is like Will. I had the experience where he's either on the verge of tears or crying, and the marriage went bad. And I mean, I'm sure.
Is that over?
You're beaten down, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been through the fucking ringer.
Forget that bitch.
Let me
Forget
talk.
it.
Let me talk to
Fuck it.
Yucko, please. What if I had called you on this personal phone call that you want? I know you called Richie.
No, it was just
Richie Wilson told me he has crying messages from you on his answering machine. I mean, you've been in bad shape. You've been crying.
Under this fucking clown suit, I'm a real fucking dude, all right?
Right.
And I went to fucking hell, Especially after the last time we were on the show and she threw me on the fucking bus. That's when my fucking marriage started crumbling apart, and it just got worse from there. So I filed for
Wait a minute.
divorce.
Your marriage started to crumble before you got married.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? She was fucking seesawing. She would say, I don't want to get married. I'm not ready. And then she would go, oh, I'm ready. In sympathy. I just came in here to tell you what the fuck happened, and that's it.
All right.
What did you do to try to get her back?
Had to be a lot of embarrassing shit he did.
Come on, tell us.
I don't know. I bought a timeshare in Maui. I'm fucked.
He did.
Well,
you did? You bought a timeshare in Maui?
Yeah.
And you called up and go, listen, I now have a timeshare in Maui. Don't you want to go?
No. We bought it on the honeymoon.
Oh, I see.
She talked me into fucking getting this piece of shit. And you just want to please them and fucking shit. And then I'm stuck with this shit that I'm never gonna. When's the next time I'm going to Maui. I don't know. Never.
She'll be there.
Never. Yeah, she'll be there.
What did that cost you? The timeshare?
Oh God. I think by the time I pay it off, it's gonna be like $70,000 because it's like 18.9% interest or some shit.
Oh.
I'm a genius.
What time do
Ladies, sign up.
I liked your ex-wife. I thought she was a nice girl. I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Yeah, what are you
Yucko.
gonna do?
And I'm sorry for you. You are a good guy. I like you very much. And I should have spoken to you personally off the air.
You should have spoken to him before.
Hey, Howard, you know what?
I'm not everybody's keeper.
You know what else is good
No,
news
but
for
you
Yucko?
had some good advice for him.
You could see Yucko with me, actually, at Heinz Hall in Pittsburgh, October 18th. And you could see him with me New Year's Eve at the Izod Arena in Meadowlands. This New Year's Eve, go to Ticketmaster.
So what happened? Yucko called you and told you needed money?
No.
He's still playing off a timeshare?
Oh, I forgot. No, you know what? He's not on those gigs with me. I just wanted to plug it. Sorry.
Yeah, you fucking prick. I'm glad.
He's not on
you
there?
fat
Oh, he's
tub of
not.
monkey shit. I fucking hate you.
And Artie loved busting Yucko's balls. I mean, even when Yucko's at rock bottom, Artie just couldn't help himself. But it seemed like Artie did like helping struggling comics. But if he's going to help you, he's going to talk down to you. Like after this, things just got worse and Yucko's parents' house burned down. And Artie said he'd do a benefit for them, which I believe he did end up doing. But it was taking a while, and when Yucko went on the show, he called him out for it. And then Artie just kept roasting him for being a failing comedian that can't bring in enough people to do a benefit himself.
Artie promised to do a benefit for your parents after your parents' house burned down.
Yeah.
And now you're mad because he did a Captain Jenks benefit.
And the one for High Pitch Eric's whore.
But why don't you do a benefit?
And the one, I'll do one for.
No.
I will, buddy.
Yeah,
If I
whatever.
promised, I'll do it.
No,
If
but Yucko,
He just calls up Levy and says, "Look, I want to do a benefit." I didn't call him.
Right,
I'm not
and then
looking for any
I said
fucking charity
Levy,
or
and then I
anything.
said Levy set it up.
Yeah, but Yucko, the reason I bring this up is because why don't you? You're a comedian. Why don't you do a benefit for your parents?
Because he wants to make more than $4.
Yeah, yeah. Asshole.
Are things really that bad? I mean, your parents' house burned down? What happened
I
there?
had a shitty year last year.
And
The
your wife
fucking-
left you?
I left her, yeah.
And
Whatever.
Why don't you throw a benefit, get everyone you can there, and I'll buy a pack of cigarettes with the money.
Yeah.
Artie was saying he feels bad for you on the road because you got to pack up all these things and you got props and all that other stuff.
It's horrible.
Oh, he's got to get into those, squeeze his fat ass into those cargo pants, so I feel bad for him, too.
Yeah, but at least I'm not putting a big red nose on that hasn't been washed since 1938.
No, you just strap on 3 more chins and waddle out there. Fire! Yeah!
Yeah, and then I get 80 grand and go home.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories about
Terrible.
Boy,
horrible for you.
Wow, Yucko. I wish I were you.
One of my
I don't f people over with benefits. You know that, and I will be there for you, and we're going to get you a new nose.
Yeah,
Sounds
there
like-
you go.
This sounds very, very heartwarming. Yucko's like General Motors. He needs a bailout right now. All right, listen. See Yucko and Bob Levy.
He's like General Motors. He produces ship product.
Oh, that one hurt. That one stung a little bit, you dumbass.
No, what's stinging is the herpes from that wife of yours.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
First of all, you.
No, I'm kidding.
What's
I'm
stinging
kidding.
is your skin
I'm
pop from that
kidding.
fucking hooker, you fucking
Dude, well, your
all
wife did charge me.
All right.
But, you know.
That's a joke, I hope.
Oh, yeah, no, his wife didn't
Come on,
charge
guys,
me.
let's stop.
all jokes.
Let's end on a good note. See Yucko.
Yeah,
and
Yucko,
Bob
leave.
Levy.
So he was just getting cooked by Artie. I think after his wife publicly humiliated him, he's just never the same. Like at this point, he was just sad and broke, and the clown bit was basically over, and nobody would work with him. Like he used to do these shows with some other guys from the Stern Show, which was already kind of like bottom of the barrel comedy. Like Artie referred to them as the Hack Pack, but they even thought they were too good for Yucko, and they ditched him. And he was just left with Bob Levy and Beetlejuice. And being on the road with them just sounded absolutely miserable. Like they're both really disgusting and made Yucko seem like the most hygienic person ever. So doing the road with them must have been brutal. I mean, I can't believe Yucko didn't just give up at this point. Like working at McDonald's sounds a billion times better than whatever the hell this is.
Are you doing any shows with Sal anymore? And Richard, do you do that?
No, they started their own kind of thing. You know, they kind of split up the little Killers of Comedy family there.
I mean, you had a good thing going. I thought it was you, Sal, Richard, I guess Bob Levy, and a bunch of other guys, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And you guys did something called Killers of Comedy, and you went out and you made some good money, right?
What happened? That's
what
not
happened?
happening
I mean,
anymore?
Sal and Richard dumped you?
They all killed their bank accounts.
I'd be on antidepressants as well. I mean, Sal and Richard could leave you?
Yeah.
Did you call them and say, "What are you doing?"
No. I guess it was all about money and stage time against, and getting fights with Bob and
Welcome
stuff.
to America. It was about money, jerk off.
Oh, come
That's
on.
great, isn't
Come
it?
on.
That's a good one.
No, Yucko's a big draw.
You're a big fat.
Yucko, let me understand something. You're telling me when you went with Sal and Richard to do these shows, they suddenly became successful and they left you behind. Is that what you're telling me? I mean, this is unbelievable to me. I didn't think I thought those two guys needed you. Did you enjoy working with Beetlejuice when you worked with him?
No, that is so fucking disgusting. I'm going to get hepatitis. I know it.
What goes on backstage with Beetlejuice? I mean, you described to me once that there's a lot of food backstage. You guys, when you do these shows, these group shows, they would deliver food, and the trick was to eat before Beetlejuice ate, right?
Because he'll go take a shit,
Right.
and shit all over the back of the toilet, and he doesn't wash his hands, and he'll come in there and just fondle fondle the chicken wings or the pizza or whatever's back there, and you can't fucking eat after the
Isn't
guy.
there a way you can just feed him as opposed to letting him to the buffet by himself?
We're looking at getting a cage for him or something, and just get one of those bottles like the hamsters have.
Do you still go on the road with him?
Yeah. I'm working with him in Florida.
So Beetle hasn't dumped you.
No.
Even though you talk badly about him.
One thing you got to say, Beetlejuice is loyal, not like Sal and Richard.
Right.
Way. I heard a disturbing story. You found a turd. You found shit, right?
Yeah.
In the shower. Yeah. Yucko said he goes to go in the shower, and there's a shit in there. So everyone just assumed it was Beetlejuice,
Yeah,
right?
because he does. He drops turds all the time. He'll just be walking along and drop a turd like a horse or something, like a little miniature horse.
So what happened?
We say, we
start yelling at Beetle?
Yeah. We're like, Beetle, you gotta fucking. That's nasty. You can't do that. He's like, I didn't shit in the toilet. I didn't shit in the bathtub. And Bob's like, oh, that's mine.
Wow.
So Bob had like a virus or something, and he was all fucked up, and he didn't want to get out of the shower so he just shit, and he was trying to kick it down the drain.
Oh,
and he got the majority of it down. And that is so nasty.
I mean, what is with this guy? I think it is with comedians. Are they just tremendously disturbed human beings that can't possibly be, I don't know, redeemed? I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, to go on the road, a guy shits and just leaves it in
the toilet for the rest of his friends to find.
It's unbelievable. Well, let's take a couple of phone calls. Again, see Yucko and Bob Levy this Saturday and Sunday at Club Mardi Gras in Scottsdale, Arizona. See the Killers of Comedy June 19th at the State Theater in St. Petersburg,
See these
Florida.
miserable people.
Yeah.
And I think the nail in the coffin for Yucko was when he got into an argument with Howard's producer, Baba Booey. They had a beef, I think because Yucko was pissed he wasn't booking him at all. And he also caused some drama with Baba Booey and some other comedian too. But Yucko, he called in to bust Gary's balls for playing solitaire instead of working. But it completely backfired, and Baba Booey just ripped Yucko apart for his marriage and his failing career. And Yucko had no response. And I think this was probably when he realized he needed to rethink his career because clearly things were not going well.
He plays solitaire fucking 24/7 over there. Even on the wrap-up show, when he doesn't hear half the calls because he's playing solitaire all the goddamn time.
Is that true?
Richie Wilson's got pictures of him playing it. Yeah. Pretty lost 28 pounds. So what, he get one of his teeth pulled?
I heard you lost 100 pounds. It's called a wife, you cock.
Hey, you. You think that's my Achilles heel? I don't have a Achilles heel. I don't give a shit about that anymore.
Oh, it's not your Achilles heel. She was fucking leaving you while she was saying I do.
Who gives a shit? That was fucking...
You give a shit.
Ago, Gary.
You give a shit.
I do not. I give more shit about you not doing your fucking job and playing solitaire all the goddamn time.
It wasn't an Achilles heel. It was her heel up your ass while she was booting you out.
Yeah, that's a good one, you dumbass.
Talked to her lately?
What?
Talked to her lately? She texted you any good pictures? She did to everyone else?
Lately.
Hey, Yucko, why don't you call me tomorrow and try to get rebooked on the show, you
Ooh, okay. I'll get right on that.
No, I'm serious.
I want Yucko.
All right,
Listen, first of all, why don't we get on it? You haven't been funny on the show in ages. And you probably won't be on anytime soon because you suck on the show. And unless you come up with a new joke, which you haven't in a couple of years, I don't really see you coming back anytime soon.
Wow. Oh, you. Like I give a shit. I've turned down the show. You make it sound like I begged to get on the show all the goddamn time. Off.
Well, I'm just saying, you just have not been funny on the show. Your act is stale. You haven't created anything new. And you're sort of depressing.
Depressing depressing my ass. You
Yeah, I mean, all we're talking about, listen, your wife left you, your parents' house burned down, you're broke, you can't make any money. You're not a funny clown, you're a depressing clown.
I am not. Where the f you getting this from? I just made a.
Everybody that I'm getting it from the email, and I'm getting it from everyone in the office. You stopped being funny ages ago. It's the opinion of a lot of people here. Maybe you ought to go back and rethink your act, because it just ain't cutting it anymore. And that's what a lot of people here think. And you might see that reflected in ticket sales.
Oh, whatever. I had a sold-out show this past weekend, you dumbass.
A 10 at the Holiday Inn, that ain't it. Yucko on his own cannot fill 500 seats. It's impossible.
I wasn't on my own. I never go out on my own.
Just suck. What'd you fucking gross last year in your big going out on the road?
You know what? I got more shit going on than this.
You got nothing going on. You do a cable show on the fucking internet, for God's sakes. You got canceled on MTV2, for God's sakes.
Yeah, well, I got
what?
shit in the works, all right? I got more going on than fucking Techno Beaver and Solitaire in my life.
Well, what is it that you have going on? You're telling me you got a lot going on.
Yucko taking a beating back from Gary.
Listen, he's gonna fuck with me. Let's be honest. He just has not performed. We thought you were funny when we first met you. You were vicious and funny, and then you just became sad.
Sad? Whatever, Gary. That was 2 years ago. I was depressed on one appearance.
Oh, God, people come in all the time. You might be better, but you ain't cured. You're still fucking sad, and you're like a sad sack clown. That's just not telling good jokes anymore.
No, whatever. I'm not fucking sad. I know that fucking much.
Do you?
Well.
Yes.
Wow. How come Gary got so sensitive about Solitaire?
I don't know.
I'm not. It ain't about Solitaire. It's about Yucko.
And that reality check probably helped Yucko, or Roger, the actual guy, because then a couple years after this, he dropped the Yucko act and he wrote Brickleberry, which was produced by Daniel Tosh and picked up by Comedy Central. So he actually ended up bouncing back, which is impressive. Most people probably thought it was over for him. And once the show started doing well, he went back on the Stern Show to retire Yucko the Clown.
It's disgusting.
There, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, paying no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh, my God. You look like, who do you look like? Gilbert Gottfried a little bit. So that's who you are?
Yeah.
Wow. Robin, are you looking at him?
I'm looking at him.
Yep.
I don't know what to say.
But you still sound like Yucko.
I do?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Now, this is a regular voice. This is Roger's voice.
Well, Roger's sort of sad.
What?
I
know.
I'm not sad.
Oh, my God.
We've been telling you that for 15 years. Like, Roger's a really nice guy, but he's very quiet, and he gets sort of sad. He's introverted.
No, I'm not sad
You
at
look
all.
like you're going to cry.
What? No,
Yeah.
it's the makeup. I'm telling you.
And Roger, do you like Jews now that I'm talking to Roger?
I love everyone.
You love everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yucko doesn't.
Yeah.
I see. It's an alter ego.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a character.
Now that you're Roger, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really don't know what to say to you, honestly. I'm a little freaked out by you. Well, listen, Roger, I'm happy for you that you've got the Brickleberry cartoon. It was getting sad already. How old are you?
Be 41 in November.
You'll be 41. And it wasn't happening for the stand-up, so now you've got a whole new life.
So that's the Yucko the Clown story. He had a wild career, a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs, but at the end he managed to redeem himself. And now I'm sure that ex of his is wishing she stuck around a little longer. But let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, I have some other Stern Show ones on Patreon. Like I talked about High Pitch Eric on there. And there's a ton of other content, over 130 exclusive videos. So if you're a fan, you want more content, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.